Okay, so lab number 13 and 14 is the implementation of the routing, IP routing using this IGRP and EIGRP. So how to route the packet in the network. How to route the packet in the network using this IGRP or EIGRP. Last class, we already learned about this RIP, Routing Information Protocol. Today we are going to learn about this IGRP and EIGRP. In this, first we have to know that in this Cisco Packet Tracer, there is no separate IGRP. It's combined all those IGRP into the EIGRP 101. So no need to separate this IGRP and EIGRP. So let's see this EIGRP or IGRP. First we have to make the network structure. Routers, let's use here 2911, and let's use the switch of this 296024TT. Moreover, we have to add the PC down there. Okay. And we have to join all this cable using this sorry. Okay, let's start from this port number 2, number 3, and from port number 1 to the gig 1, gig 0 to gig 0 in the second router, gig 1 to this one, port 1, and port 2 to this. Okay, and this a very easiest one, this connecting and all the structure. No need to explain this one. Okay, I'll give it this IP address here, 10.0.0.1, and this site interface is 10.0.0.2, and this gateway interface is 192.168, sorry, 192.168.2.1. Here the first page is 192.168.2.2. This IP address is 192.168.2.3, and this gateway is 192.168.1.1, and this IP is 192.168.1.2, and this is 192.168.1.3. Okay, here we have an IP set up here, but not updated properly in the particular system. this is the assignment of this network. Okay, and let me give this router to router network IP address is the 10.0.0.0, and this area network is the 192.168.2.0 network, and this area is 192.168.1.0 network again. And this is the interface IP address of this gigabit 0/1, and this is the interface IP address of the 0/1 of the next router, and this is the IP address of this network, and this is the IP address of this network router to routers, and this gig 0/0 of this router 0 IP address interface of this IP address is the 10.0.0.1, and the interface number of gig 0/0 of router 1 is the 10.0.0.2. So these are the thing in this router setup. Let me give the IP address of this desktop computer 192.168.1.2. sorry 192.168.1.2, and then the subnet marks default gateway is 1.1 192.168.1.1. let me close it, and the same thing here we have to add it up here. Okay, 192.168.1.3, and here 192.168.1.3, sorry, 1.1 default gateway. The default gateway for this network is the gig 0/1 of the router 0. Okay, let's move on. This network number 2, and the desktop IP is the 192.168.2.2, and here we have to give the default way 192.168.2.1. This is the default outgoing port of this, and here desktop IP address and 192.168.2.3, 192.168.2.1. This is the default gateway of this IP address. Okay, now let's check the PDO of this. Is success here? Is success here? Both the computer are interconnected properly. Here also connected properly. And someone okay, now we are configured the IP address of this host computer also, and here we have the network ID address of this area network, and here this IP address, and also the interface of this gateway, this outgoing and this outgoing also. Then we have to interconnect using this IP address. Okay, let's first let's configure the router 0. Okay, CLI, you have to go to the CLI. There's nothing here that we have to enter. No, we have to set up separately. No need to initiate the default configuration. We have to enter it in this global configuration mode. Enable Okay, configure. We have to configure the terminal. Configure terminal. Okay, configure terminal. Then from the configuration of the terminals, we have to select the interface. What interface of the router 0 we are going to configure this gigabit port of 0/0 is this port. Okay, what is the IP address of this? This is the 10.0.0.1, and then the default gateway is 255. Okay, .0.0.0 means class A network. Why? Oh, sorry. First, instead of giving this IP address, we have to select the interface, and next to the IP address, sorry, IP address 10.0.0.0.1, then the 255.0.0.0. Okay. Okay, now it's setting up this port. Okay, we set up this port, and I'll give it this no shutdown. Okay, no need to shut down the port. No need to shut down the port, and I'll exit it. Okay, so I have to select the interface again. Interface of gigabit 0/1. I'm select, then I'm assign the IP address. IP address of this is 192.168.1.1, and the subnet mask is the 255.255.255.0. Okay, and no shutdown of the interface. Okay, and we already set up those things. After this, we have to exit it, and we have to end it, and we have to WR means we have to save the router settings, building the configuration. Okay, now it's done the interface activation of router 0 and the interface number of the gigabit 0/1 and 0/2, and we assign the IP address of this gigabit 0/0 to 10.0.0.1, and gigabit interface number of 0/1 to 192.168.1.1. Okay, so let's ping this IP address 192.168.1.2. Okay, sending the ICMP. Success rate is the 80%. Okay, now it's working fine. Why not 100%? Okay, now it's 100%. From these routers, we can ping this IP, this host computer, and then 3. Is it replied success or not? This 80%, and let me okay, 100% is coming up. Then it's working communication. There is no packet loss in between this router 0 to this host, okay, in the network. So it's communicated properly. We can close it, no issue. Okay, let's move on to the next router 1, and we have to configure the same step. Go to this enable for the global configuration modes, and configure configure terminal. For configuration of the terminal, and we have to select the interface of these routers, interface of this gig 0/0. Okay, 0/0 is the 10 network with the routers 1 with the router 0, and we have to set the IP address of this interface, IP address. Okay, and IP address of this is 10.0.0.2 of the subnet mask of 255.0.0.0. right. No shutdown, we need not to shut down the port. Shut down. Okay, no shutdown, and we have to exit from this interface port of gig 0/0, and we have to select it again, the router 1 interface port number of interface port number of gig 0/1, and assign the IP address of this port, that is 192.168.2.1, and the subnet mask is the 255.255.255.0. okay, and no need to shut down the interface. Okay, it set up everything, and it doesn't shut down the port, and it's coming green, and the switch interface port of fast Ethernet 0/1 is under the process of configuration with the router 1. Okay, I'm exit. Okay, and I'm end up, and I'm saving all this. Okay, let me ping that 192.168.2.2. now I am in these routers. Then from this router I'm going to ping this host computer IP address of 192.168.2.2. after this, typing ping, and let me enter this, and it sent the ICMP packets, and the success rate is 80%. there are some loss of ICM packet in between this, and I'll ping it again, then 100% there is no loss in between these routers. And also I'm pinging it again to the IP3 of this 192.168.2.0 network, and 80% again, and ping it again, and 100%. that's success. All the packets are reached successfully. And from this router 1 to router 2, I'm going to ping this 10.0.0.1. okay, it's trying to ping those. Yes, it's success rate is 100%. then router and routers reach properly. And from this router 1, I try to ping this the next network of this network. Okay, 192.168.1.2. okay, then it send out the ICMP packet, and we are waiting for the reply. okay, success rate is 0%. that's all the packet is lost. so this is our expected, means should be as it is. Why? These two network does not know the internal network, so we have to set up the EIGRP. Okay, EIGRP. So in the last class, sorry, in our in this, in the meaning of this class, lab class, I already explained that this Cisco Pocket Tracer doesn't have a separate IGRP, so we have to set up the network. Okay, we have to set up the network using this EIGRP. Okay, IGRP and EIGRP are same things. Okay, no need to separate configuration for the IGRP. So IGRP, not a simple IGRP, we have to set up this IGRP 101. Sorry, EIGRP 101. EIGRP 101 is what? First, EIGRP 101 enable the process of maximum routing of 30. This 101. Okay, and also it is the AS autonomous system. Okay, this is the autonomous system, this EIGRP 101. Okay, these are the thing in this EIGRP in this Cisco Pocket Tracer. Okay, let me open this router 0 first, and everything is working fine. Then let me exit it and let me re-enter it again. Enable. Okay, we have to enable this router 0 first, and after this we have to configure the terminal. The same process. Configure terminal. Okay, I am in the configuration terminal mode, config mode, and after doing this we have to do this. We have to initiate we have to invoke this command routers. Okay, we have to set up the routing protocol of this EIGRP. Okay, EIGRP of 101 for autonomous system for AS. And after going to this router configuration mode of routing protocol of EIGRP, then we have to give the network address. Okay, network address. What are the network connected to this router 0 is this 192.168.1.0 network and 10.0.0.0 network. Okay, 192.168.1.0 network and network. Okay, network of 10.0.0.0 network. Okay, now it's finished this configuration. Then we have to end the configuration and we have to save those things. And now it's completed the things. Okay. This network, this router 0 knows the true network, this network and this network. Okay, this network and this network knows by these routers. Okay, and let me ping Let me ping from this router 0 to this interface port number. If it knows this network and this network by those routers, then let me try to ping it this one. 192.168.2.1. Okay, success rate is 0 again. Let me ping it again for the confirmation. Okay, 0 again. If we are ping it again, then it's still 0. Why? This is our expected. Why this success rate is still 0 again? This router knows this network and still 0 again, because this router knows this network, entire network. It can communicate this router, but this router doesn't know about the network of this area. Okay, network of this area and this area also. Let's see here from this router 0. Let me ping this 10.0.0.2. Okay, this is router 0, this router. I try to ping this interface number. This success means what? Both router in the same domain. But if you try to ping this one, this router knows this network, but this router doesn't know about these things and this area also. Okay. From this host it can reach up to this, but it cannot reach to this interface. But right now this host computer can reach up to this and reach up to this also. Okay. So for doing these things, we have to set up this router 1. Let me exit from this. Re-enter the depth for global configuration mode. Enable. Configure terminal. Okay. And after configuring that, we have to set up the routing protocol of this EIGRP 101. Then we are in the router modes, router protocol mode, network of what? We have to enter this 192.168.2.0 network, and this is another network we have to assign this 10.0.0.0 network. Okay, now right here, this NBR changes of the IP EIGRP 101 neighbor 10. So if I'm trying to if I'm enter those things, then the router also knows the adjacent, okay, the new adjacent IP address. So this is the EIGRP advantages. Okay, then here it's assigned the IP address of this 10.0.0.1. So if I am assigned this network number, then the adjacent IP address is assigning here and this and that. Okay, after this we have to and we have to write the configuration. Okay, right now we are set up the routing protocol of the EIGRP or IGRP in this Cisco Pocket Tracer from this router 0 to the router 1 and router 1 router 2. And moreover, let me try to ping this interface number of the router 0 of gigabit 0/0 and the IP 0/1 and the IP addresses are 192.168.1.1 ping 192.168.1.1 and ping it. Okay, now it's success. Means from this router it reached up to this, and from this router let me try to reach up to this point. Ping 1.2. Okay, 100%. 1.3. Okay, this one also 100%. Okay, now we finish this thing. Routing. This routing. Now we are interconnect those router and IP address and all this using these two routers. But one more thing, I want to extend the router here. One more router here. Two 901. I want to extend this router from this point to this point, from this point to this one. Okay.